Hi, I'm Ken Bartels, and we'll be introducing a new show called Elmhurst Time Travelers in just a few minutes. But right now, I'm on the set of that show with Brian Bergheger, the director of the Elmhurst Historical Museum. And Brian, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about the museum, what's there now and going on, what's going to happen this summer, and I know we've got another vintage baseball game coming up on July 18.
That's right, Ken. Thanks so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. This is going to be a busy summer at the Historical Museum. Beginning on June 15th through September 12th, the museum is hosting a special exhibit called the Magical History Tour. This is a history of magic, particularly in the Chicago area. And the Chicago area is rich, very rich, in the history of magic. The exhibit will continue through September. It includes many interactives for kids of all ages. We'll even feature an Elmhurst resident, Mr. Harlan Tarbell, who lived here in Elmhurst for over 30 years. He is recognized as the man who wrote the book about magic. He literally wrote educational manuals about magic that are used yet today. So he'll be featured. We'll also be featuring people like Marshall Brodeen, who starred as Wizzo on the Bozo Show for many, many years. And as an opening event on Sunday, the 27th of June, we'll have many special activities. We'll have magicians here on site. The event's going to be free from 1 to 5 p.m. You'll have an opportunity to see someone sawed in half. You'll see someone levitate. Whether or not those things actually happen, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, it should be a fun, fun afternoon.
So a magic month of June, without doubt. And then you move into July.
That's right. In July, on Sunday the 18th, the museum and Elmhurst Heritage Foundation and Elmhurst Park District sponsor the 4th annual Elmhurst All-Stars versus Chicago Salmon's circa 1860 baseball game. That will take place in Barron's Park, just by the sled hill. It's a free event, begins at 1 p.m. And let me tell you a little bit about baseball in 1860. It was considerably different than it is today.
It already looks considerably different.
That's right. You can see baseballs were considerably different. The stitching is different. It's actually a little bit larger than regulation baseballs today. Players were not allowed to slide. They weren't allowed to steal or lead off. And perhaps most surprisingly, a ball that was hit and caught by a fielder on one bounce ended with the batter being out. So it's a completely different game. As I said, we've done this 3 years previous, and we're looking forward to this 4th year. We expect hundreds of residents and area folks to join us that afternoon.
Well, Brian, I've had the privilege of being at all the vintage baseball games, and the Elmhurst All-Stars have some catching up to do with the Chicago Salmon, and perhaps 2010 is the year that will happen.
Well, I know the All-Stars hope that is going to take place. They've lost the 3 previous games. We're compiling the roster, and we should have a great team out there. I know for a fact that Mayor DeCiani has signed on. He's played in the past. We have a lot of other community leaders. We have teachers and many others. So we hope folks come out to see the baseball game.
Well, Brian, thank you for everything you do at the Elmhurst Historical Museum with your staff and the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation. We will look forward to a summer of great activity at the museum and its other venues. And right now, we'll go to break. And when we come back, the premiere edition of Elmhurst Time Travelers.
Visit elmhurst.org to explore the new City of Elmhurst website. Find out the latest Elmhurst news, pay utility bills and parking tickets, report concerns, and much more. Elmhurst.org is an ideal way to discover what Elmhurst offers your business, your family, your life.